Today we're diving into something pretty wild. It's a single memo, but it pulls back the curtain on the Pentagon's race to defend, well, basically all of America's secrets from a future threat. Let's get into it.
Okay, just think about this for a second. What if every single one of our digital secrets, and I mean everything, classified documents, your bank info, private messages, what if it all just became public overnight? Sounds like a movie plot, right? Well, this is the very real nightmare that has top security folks losing sleep.
So what's the big bad behind this threat? It's a brand new kind of machine, the quantum computer. And you gotta understand, this isn't just a faster laptop. This thing is a codebreaker on a whole other level. It's powerful enough to literally tear down the walls to protect our entire digital lives.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll talk about what this quantum threat actually is. Then, we'll get into the good stuff, the Pentagon's secret plan. We're talking a massive crypto inventory, a whole new set of rules, what tech is in and what's out, and yeah, why this is a desperate race against the clock.
Okay, first things first, let's really understand the problem here. The fancy official term is a crypto-analytically relevant quantum computer. I know, it's a mouthful. But all that really means is a quantum computer that's beefy enough to crack the encryption that keeps, well, pretty much everything you do online safe and private. So how do we wrap our heads around this? This is a great way to think about it. Our encryption today, it's like a top-of-the-line steel safe. Super complex. A regular computer trying to crack it would have to guess every single possible combination, one by one. We're talking a process that could take literally centuries. But a quantum computer, it doesn't play that game. It's like having a magic key that just knows the combination. Instantly. The safe just pops open.
So, you might be asking, what is the US government doing about this potential code-breaking nightmare? Well, guess what? We have the blueprint. We're about to go inside an internal memo from the Department of War that spells out their entire game plan.
And there it is. This is the document. This is the heart of what we're talking about today. It's a memorandum for the top brass at the Pentagon, and the subject line says it all: preparing for migration to post-quantum cryptography. Make no mistake, this isn't some academic white paper. This is a set of marching orders.
And check out this quote from inside. It really tells you everything you need to know about the stakes. They say this has to be done with deliberate urgency to maintain warfighter lethality and information dominance. Wow. Let's translate that. This isn't just about protecting government emails. This is about making sure American soldiers have the upper hand on the battlefield. It's about winning the information wars of the future.
So where do you even start with a problem this massive? Well, the first step sounds simple, but it's actually insanely difficult. They have to find every single piece of encryption they use. Everywhere. I mean, it makes sense, right? You can't fix a problem if you don't even know where it is.
And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. The memo spells it out. We're not just talking about big national security systems. They have to inventory business systems, actual weapons systems, all their cloud computing, mobile devices, even down to physical key cards for building access, Internet of Things devices, sensors, cameras, and even unmanned systems like drones. The sheer scale of this task is just mind-boggling.
Okay, so when you're facing a challenge this big, you can't have 1,000 different teams doing their own thing. It would be chaos. So the Department of War is doing the smart thing. They're setting up a brand new central command to make sure everybody is on the same page, following the exact same plan.
And this new central command has a name: the PQC Directorate. PQC stands for Post-Quantum Cryptography, and this office, led by Dr. Britta Hale, is now the gatekeeper for, well, everything. If you have a new project, a new piece of tech, anything that touches crypto, you have to go through them. No exceptions.
And getting their blessing is no joke. It's a super strict 4-step process. You can't just go off and start playing with some new quantum-safe gadget. Step 1, you have to tell the PQC Directorate you even exist. Step 2, you hand over everything, your test plans, your results, all of it. Step 3, you need to get what's called intake approval, which is basically permission to even start. And then, only after all that, can you even hope for Step 4, deployment approval to go live. They are locking this down tight to stop any rogue experiments.
All right, now we're getting to the really interesting stuff. Tucked away in an attachment to this memo are the new rules of the road. We're talking about specific technologies that are now flat out banned and others that are officially on the chopping block.
So, what's on the banned list? Effective immediately, 3 big things are out. First, something called quantum key distribution, or QKD.
it's gone. The memo literally says it shall not be used. Next up, any commercial products using pre-shared keys, or PSKs, that claim to be quantum resistant, banned. And finally, the same goes for commercial symmetric key protocols making those same claims. The message from the Department of War is crystal clear. We don't buy the marketing hype on these.
Then you've got the stuff that's being phased out. Look at these deadlines. Any systems that use those pre-shared keys we talked about, if they didn't come directly from the NSA, you've got until the end of 2030 to rip them out and replace them. Same deadline for most of the old symmetric key stuff. These are hard and fast dates. They're telling everyone the clock is ticking and the old way of doing business is coming to an end. Fast.
So let's step back for a second. You take this gigantic inventory they have to do, you add this new layer of bureaucracy, you throw in the list of banned tech, and top it all off with these really aggressive deadlines, and what do you get? It becomes obvious, right? This is an all-out, frantic race against time.
And this timeline really puts it all in perspective. The memo drops in November 2025, and the new rules start that very day. That gives them just 5 years, 5 years, to find and replace most of the weak spots across the entire Department of War. That is an incredibly tight window for a job this huge.
And that's really the bottom line here. You have to understand, for the Pentagon, this whole migration to post-quantum crypto, this isn't just another tech upgrade. It's not like getting new laptops for the office. This is a core strategic mission. It's about ensuring the U.S. stays on top militarily and in the world of intelligence for decades to come.
Which leaves us with one last, kind of unsettling question, doesn't it? This whole memo is an amazing plan for building bigger, better, stronger locks. But at the same time, we know our adversaries are working day and night to build that perfect master key. So you have to wonder, in this new quantum era, is the race to create new codes already being lost to the race to break them?